What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. It is TZ Champ here with another Raid Shadow Legends video, and today I wanted to talk about a couple of things, and we're gonna pull a few shards. So first thing I want to talk about, I finally got Skeletor. I know a lot of people have already gotten him. I took him to level 50, 5-star Ascended. I do not plan on taking this guy to 6 stars, but I figured I could at least use him in the Night Revenant faction, keep a little bit. He should help out at least some, hopefully, because my Knights Revenant faction isn't exactly super stacked, but I do have like some really good ones. Like I have Cavalax, Theo, Rector, and then I got these two, and I got this one here. So I've gotten a few Knights Revenant characters. Excuse me. I just haven't fully like maxed them out and stuff yet. So yeah. Skeletor just doesn't seem very good, guys. On paper, he looks pretty bad. Playtest wise, I think he's going to be pretty bad as well. I watched Ash's video on him as well as Helicath, and I was kind of confused. I wanted to watch both because in Ash's video, I watched it first, and he talked about how Helicath has him rated on the website as a 3.5 out of 5 stars, which was really high considering he had He-Man like rated as a 3. And He-Man is so much better than Skeletor currently. So I was confused by that. Well, now I just watched Helicath's video. I haven't watched the whole video. I've watched part of it, and then I decided that I'm gonna make my own video real quick. But he talked about that after the playtest, so they believed that his petrification debuff that he can do, which is right here on his A1. No, this is A2, I think. Yep, so they were believing this was going to be able to go through block debuffs and stuff. Unfortunately, it does not work like that. So they're thinking in the playtest he's actually going to be a lot worse than what they originally thought. So yeah. But if you guys would like to see me make a video on that, let me know, because I will make a video on kind of trying to see what I can do with Skeletor. But I don't really have the resources to just kind of dump into him for no reason like I did He-Man. He-Man, I did it to him because I knew he was going to be at least a pretty solid PvP champion, and I don't really have too many really good PvP champions. So at least with He-Man, I knew I was going to get some use out of him, but I do not see myself getting any use out of Skeletor. But with that being said, let's go ahead and do some summons. So we're going to hit these two Ancients up. We still have the 2x chance for Epic and Legendaries, which is fine. I kind of just want to get a fresh start on saving up shards. So I've already pulled all of my other Ancients. I just got these two from Clan Boss Rewards today. All right, sorry about that quick interruption. I am back. So I've already pulled all of my Ancients. I think I made a video on this. I don't know if I uploaded it or not. I might combine it together with this one just because the video I did make was like 5 minutes long. It wasn't very long. So I might combine it with this one, but we're going to go ahead and pull these two, and then we're going to pull these primals. I did buy these primals because I have not been saving up primals at all. But this will give me a good little starting point. I don't know if I'm close to Mercy on these at all. Probably not, because I think their Mercy is just as terrible as the Ancients. Yeah. I'm definitely not close to that. I might be close to getting a legendary out of them, but I do not think I'm going to pull a mythical from these, but who knows? We will see. So let's start off with these Ancients real quick, see what we can pull. Okay, just as expected. And another one. All right. All right, now let's pull these primals. So I'm expecting to get 10 rares out of these, and then the other 10 is going to be 10 more rares. So let's show me the rares. There they are. Yep, more rares. Yep. As expected, 10 rares. Okay, we got an epic. That was unexpected. Nice. We did manage to get... Oh my gosh, we pulled a mythical. Whoo! Gizmak the Terrible. Let's freaking go. Holy. Cannot believe I just pulled that. Let's freaking go. Just gonna screenshot that for the clan. Hang on, let me paste that for the clan chat real quick. All right, another 10 pull. Can we get a second mythical from this? Oh, that'd be sick. Let's do it. Let's do it. Come on. Okay, some rares. All right, don't hit me with the 10 rares this time, please. All right, we got another epic. It's actually not a bad epic either. He's really good. And a legendary. Let's freaking Helicath. Ooh. Oh my gosh, I've been needing a Helicath. This is awesome, dude. Oh. Let's freaking go. Another screenshot for that. Absolutely amazing pulls. Let's freaking go. Let's take a look at their kits, guys. And just because I know it's about to happen, we're going to go ahead and full screen. So that way the Discord pings don't show up after my clan starts responding. So, yep, they're already starting. Here we freaking go. Go ahead and got a couple more points for the champion chase. I wasn't actually going for the top position of champion chase. I don't even know where I'm at. That is classic arena, not champion chase. What am I doing? I am currently in 8th position, 8th place. Perfectly fine. I actually need some more gems. I've been running out of gems recently, so that is perfectly fine with me. There's no chance I was catching up to these guys at 17,000 points. But let's take a look at this. So I've been wanting to get a Helicath because I haven't had one yet. So this guy is brand new to me, but I know he's pretty good. And I know a lot of people use him in PvP. So this is actually going to help my account a lot. Attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit has a 30% chance of placing a 25% weaken debuff for 2 turns. Will ignore shield and block damage buffs. A2 Winds of the Pit. So the first one's called Pyroclastic Claw. And then we have Winds of the Pit. Attacks all enemies, places a shield buff on all allies for 2 turns. The value of the shield is proportional to this champion's defense. Very nice. And then we have Devoted Servants level 1. Places a block damage buff on all allies for 2 turns. Whenever a block damage buff placed on an ally by this champion is removed, stolen, or expires, places a 60% increased defense buff on that ally for 2 turns. Super awesome, super awesome. And then we got his passive. Increases this champion's defense by 5% for each ally under a block damage buff. Counterattacks with the default skill whenever an ally is hit while under a block damage buff can occur once every enemy turn. Per enemy turn, I should say. And then once you get into a 3-star ascension, increases all defense, ally defense in battles by 30%. This guy is super good for PvP. And to be honest with you, I'm very curious how good he would be on a team with Odin, since his passive revolves around block damage buffs, and then he has this as well for his block damage buffs. He could do an increased defense, so I'd love to see what would happen if I was to pair him with an Odin and how his passive would pair with that. I know his A3 won't really matter because it's only block damage buffs that he places, but it would still be interesting to see. But now let's take a look at Gizmak the Terrible. Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I have not had very many good champions, I don't think, in Ogren. Let's see. Yeah, my best ones I've had were Skarak, Maneater, and Ugo. And then I just pulled this guy the other day, yesterday, I think, actually, with my Sacreds boost, I think. I think it was the Sacreds. It might have been the Ancients. I can't remember, but I think I have that video, so be on the lookout for that. But this guy is going to make a huge impact on my Faction Wars. So this is a support champion in his first form, at least. Attacks one enemy, increases the duration of any HP burn debuffs on the target by 1 turn. If the target is not under an HP burn debuff, decreases the duration of 2 random buffs on that enemy by 1 turn instead. These effects cannot be resisted if this attack is critical. Then attacks all enemies not under HP burn debuffs, except the initial target. Decreases the duration of 2 random buffs on all enemies hit by 1 turn. This effect cannot be resisted if the attack is critical. Super awesome. His A2 we got Flames of Resentment, attacks all enemies. Before attacking, increases the duration of all HP burn debuffs on all enemies by 1 turn, then instantly activates any HP burn debuffs on each enemy. This effect cannot be resisted if the champion's crit rate is 100% or higher. Finally, increases the duration of all debuffs on the enemy by 1 turn, places 30% speed debuff on all enemies for 2 turns. These effects cannot be resisted if this attack is critical. Absolutely insane. Places a 30% increased crit damage, 30% increased crit rate, and 30% increased speed buff on all allies for 3 turns, then grants an extra turn. And then his passive, before the start of this champion's turn, places an HP burn debuff on all enemies for 2 turns, occurs once per round. This effect cannot be resisted if the champion's crit rate is 100% or higher. Also, before the start of this champion's turn, has a 50% chance of placing an HP burn debuff on all enemies for 1 turn. This effect cannot be resisted if the champion's crit rate is 100% or higher. Absolutely insane. And then he has a crit rate in all battles by 27%. And then, of course, you can turn him into his alternate form. Let's see this transformation. Woo! Absolutely crazy looking. I love the art style of this. Looks awesome. He's got like a totem pole here with different faces on it. Pretty cool. And it's flaming, which is also kind of awesome. So we have Totemic. Is it Totemic or Totemic? I don't know. Attacks. So he turns into an HP based character at this point also. Attacks one enemy if this champion's HP or the initial target's HP is equal to or lower than 50%. Attacks all enemies instead. Increases the duration of 2 random debuffs on the target by 1 turn. If attacking all enemies, increases the duration of 2 random debuffs on all enemies by 1 turn instead. This effect cannot be resisted if the attack is critical. Damage is also based on HP and defense. I didn't check the first one, so we'll go back and check that in a second. Then we have Kaboom. Attacks all enemies. Before attacking, places a decreased defense buff on all enemies for 2 turns. This debuff cannot be resisted if the target is under an HP burn debuff. Places an extra hit on enemies under HP burn debuffs. Grants an extra turn if this attack kills an enemy. That is awesome. And then we have Ungodly Fury. Places a pain link debuff on a target enemy for 2 turns. This debuff cannot be removed, resisted, or blocked. When calculating the damage inflicted by the pain link debuff, 75% of the attacker's skill multiplier is reflected. The damage inflicted by the pain link debuff will ignore 100% of the target's defense. Also places a taunt buff and an unkillable buff on this champion for 2 turns. Finally places a 50% ally protection buff on all allies except this champion for 2 turns. Insane. And then lastly, we have his passive. Burning Juggernaut will ignore 15% of a target's defense if this champion's HP or the target's HP is equal to or greater than 50%. If this champion's HP or the target's HP is less than 50%, it will ignore 25% of the target's defense instead. Will also ignore block damage and shield buffs when attacking enemies under HP burn debuffs. Inflicts 20% more damage to enemies not under a HP burn debuff. Holy, this guy is a monster. Let's see, like, this dude has insane ratings. And this actually might be the first ever 5 rating I've seen anywhere. So that is absolutely insane. I can't wait to try him out. Can't wait to figure out how I want to build him as well, because this guy seems like he's going to be an absolute beast. And his attack is scaled off of his actual attack in this form, but it switches to HP and defense in the other form. Insane, insane, freaking insane. So you guys stay tuned. Let me see if I can ever get this guy built up and stuff. And then yeah, we might have a new showcase on our hands to show off some of the skills and stuff that he has and that he's capable of doing. But thank you guys again for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you all in the next video. Laters.